nigga keep thinking that shit. He didn't want to be talking that shit. Oh, I forgot something. Goddamn punk ass motherfucking nigga. Gotta be some damn factor of karma. What he say to him? Set some goddamn shit up. Gotta be some damn factor of karma. Keep thinking that shit. And they be trying to bring these like I said, if it ain't jokers like that, it's these Edomites, probably damn between 15 to 20 plus years older than you, acting like y'all got something in common. In common, like you were saying, it's a class war. You see all these damn jokers that think they somebody and shit. They work together. Like I was telling you yesterday about them MIT medical. They acting like they all smile and fake these damn black and white youngsters acting like they ain't, they ain't got no problem with each other. And birds of feather flock together. That's why they bring these other jokers around us. Like they got something in common with us. Yeah, but we know like the ones that's behind pushing those all white communities, they are the Gen Zs and the millennials, meaning what? The younger generation of white kids. Yeah, they quote unquote white kids. They the ones that want their own community. They try to act like that's an old thing. But what about these millennials and Gen Z white generation? What they want? They want their own white community. All right. Shalom. Before we begin, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Kakadash. This your Akim Drillazil. And we out here again spreading this true message, gospel, because we know as well as the true men of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, we're living in the days of the return of our Savior, man. And we can see how things are, man. You like with the system that it is, how chaotic it is, how actually what they want to say American it has become. You can tell that we are reaching that boiling point. And it's only through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shai, these videos have been popping up through these social media platforms like Katrina. That's just a prelude of what Babylon the Great, aka America, is gonna ultimately be, man. It's gonna be like it's gonna be a disaster, more to say the least. But nonetheless, this devil is gonna come down with great wrath because he knows that he had but a short time. That's why these policies are in play. The Genius Act, the Big Beautiful Bill, and all these other policies that's already enacted. They just waiting to enforce it. So we see through the spiritual lenses what's going on, man. But these people here, they want to believe and want to continue in La La Land like none of these decisions that run this society matters to them in their little world. They're in their own little bubble boy and girls. They're in their own little bubble, and these policies do not directly affect them. I guess these tariffs that Trump passed or anything else don't affect them. All they got to do is ignore it. If they ignore it, they act like it don't affect me, But we see clear and like the sunshine. We see clear what's really going on, man. But I'm gonna go into some precepts because we're living in these last times, man. And now you even got, which that it was already known, but now you got these people making videos. See, a lot of Edomites too, they're making videos in reference to this digital age. Like I was saying, or like I was explaining, they're pushing this digital ID. This is not just somewhere here in Babylon the Great, aka America. This is a global thing. You got people in countries in Africa. There's information that Mexico is actually requiring people get digital IDs. That's leading up to what? The MOTB, man. Just like our elders been saying for decades, man, which they were being scoffed by these these infidels, to say the least, being given titles as conspiracy theorists, fear mongers. But now these scoffers and unbelievers, infidels, they see what our teachers, the true men in Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, been saying all this time, man. It's coming to pass, you know, because these men were sent forth by the Heavenly Father to do what? Do His work, man.
Yeah, I appreciate Habakkuk 2:1. It says, I will stand up, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me. And what shall I answer when I am reproved? And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. These visions is these prophecies, you know. You got these scoffers, just like the scripture says, you got these mockers and scoffers in the last days, witches and warlocks. This is all a part of the prophecies of the Lord, man. You know, you got these witches and warlocks, demons, playing these games, these coons, want to kumbaya with their oppressor. Yeah, like everything a game, everything's a joke till shit hit the fan, you know. You got these MK Ultra weirdos with these damn devices, because that's what they're scared of. They're afraid of this awakening. So these red bastards, these Edomites, they're doing everything in their power, from the least to the greatest of them, to prevent, hinder being who they are, the wicked, the devil. You know, so they're doing everything within their little power that the Lord gave them to come against the Lord, come against His word, which is prophesied. These 2/3 of these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they don't want this, you know. And this society is crumbling right before your eyes. You know, they want to live in the land of make-believe. You know, they want to live in the land of make-believe and make it good. And that's it. What's going on is not really going on.
I got a precept. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12, verse 25. It says, for I am the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days of rebellious house, Salakia, in your days, Salakia, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. So there's going to be no more prolonged, man. You're going to see, you're going to be witness those that are here. You know, some will not be here, you know, but those that were here, scoffing, mocking, non-believers, you're going to see this is the Lord's work, man. And the Lord, like He always been doing, man. He's sending forth men to what? Warn the people, man. You know, like Noah, for example. Like, these are the days, man. The times, just like the days of Noah. You know, these days that we're in are just like that, man. They're going to be what? Marrying, giving into marriage, and all this other stuff that these people around here doing. Being that these people are what? Non-believers, unaware, not watching. The Lord's prophecy, nonetheless, are still being fulfilled, man. We'll repeat that again. This is the book of Ezekiel 12 and 25. For I am the Lord, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, the days we're living, for in your days, O rebellious house, you're talking about Israel, man, north and south. Northern kingdoms, like it, northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, man. O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. So we are living in these times, man. You know, we can see, and I just saw a video before we came out here. There was this, it appears that that's where she's from, a Sudanese individual, you know, from Sudan. She was making it known that recently they bombed. I'm thinking it's recent because there wasn't no date on it, but I'm assuming it's something recent. It has to be. They said they bombed a busy airplane, you know, airplane station or whatever you want to call it, man. Airport, yeah, that's the word. Like, yeah, a busy airport in Sudan, man. They bombed it. They said no one is actually covering it, man. There's no coverage. You know why? Because these devils, Esau, Edom, aka Babylon, aka America, has something to do with it, man. Because they've been, the United States government been having these clandestine wars over there in Sudan, northern parts of so-called Africa, bombing. They've been doing that for a long time, man. And there was like, I forgot this guy's name, but I broke him out several weeks before. There was this Edomite man. He's a known, you know, researcher amongst the so-called white people. And he went to Sudan and he met real Hebrews, man. He had pictures, who they look like, the so-called Negro, man. He took pictures of these people, man, and they look like the so-called Negro today, man. That was back in the like early 1900s, man, if I ain't mistaken. He went there as a journalist, as a historian, as they call them, little titles they call themselves, you know, to try to get, you know, some try to gratification or whatever, put themselves on a pedestal. You know, all they do is go to other countries, learn what they learn, and then come back and just regurgitate it, and then they want to act like they got some real knowledge. I've just been studying for years. Now, all you've been doing is going to other countries, and they've been translating what they know, their history, and things of that nature, and then telling you, then you come back and tell these people, like, oh yeah, put yourself on some platform like you figure some shit out. That's how these people work. But anyway, like I was saying, he took pictures of these Sudanese people that was Hebrews, man. They look like your so-called everyday Negro, man. So these devils know the truth, but what they do, they want to destroy it, man. You know, they want to destroy that link, that connection. So even to this, like I said, they've been doing that for a while, man. Bombing Sudan and all these other different countries, man. You know, but you don't hear them. Just like she was saying, she said they bombed that airport, but no one's actually taking notice, like on a media front. She said, so she started reporting on it, man. You know, because she said she had friends that she, you know, family or whatever may have you, that still live in Sudan, that is reporting back to her, you know, in conversing and stuff like that. So yeah, man, these devils, you know, they're going to continue being who they are, the devil, man. You know, but we're going to continue doing what the Lord requires of us, man. Is what? Do this work, push this word until what? He comes, man. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to bring in this is the platform for the presentment. You know, we're blowing that trumpet. You know, when you know, I know you've seen segments when royalty step in, you will have individuals blowing the horn before they step in. You know, they'll blow their horn. That's what we're doing, man. We're blowing that horn. Also, these horns are not a celebration. There was a warning horn, man. Like our Lord and Savior is coming. He's a man of war, man. You know, it ain't gonna be no peacefully. You know, no, the Lord, when the Lord comes, he's gonna bring wrath with him, man. And also there's talks of NASA talking about, you know, which we once, Salakia, which we've been knowing about this information for years now. There's information now of NASA talking about the aliens are African, they look like African Americans, man. You know, which we already know through the spirit, we already know these UFOs, aerial phenomena, and etc. Like our elders been teaching for years, and like I said, they been giving these titles as fearmongers. You talking about the Lord is gonna come back? They're black people. The Lord's gonna come back in spaceships, but now you got your Edomites in NASA. They're saying the same thing the men of the Lord been saying, man. But we have been starting with our teachers. They've been like some loony bins. You some conspiracy theorists, fearmongers. Y'all people crazy, man. You talking about the Lord's angels are in UFOs and they're gonna come back looking like black people, etc. Our men, so like our elders been saying that for years, man. Now you got your NASA, which is what your so-called elite thinkers, scientists, as you people believe, saying the same thing. But I bet you'll go with it because they're coming from a pale-faced individual, man. Hey, man, boss said, that's it. But like I said, our teachers started when our teachers been saying this for decades, man. But then you don't know how these devils gonna use it. That could be an attack to justify coming down on you, because they're gonna look. They say, well, they got aliens that look like African Americans, and then they look at you and they say, well, we can't tell who is who, and they're gonna justify coming down on you. You know, so you never know how these devils gonna react. Because I also a couple of days ago, I also saw somebody post on the British broadcasting channel, you know, that it was like a week ago or something, to say the least. They were saying that they was gearing up. That was over there in Europe. They was gearing up for alien invasion. That was like, it was on the British broadcasting channel. So it was, you know, as a you know, breaking news type of thing. So it was going in their media coverage. That's what the subtitle. The guy was filming it. It was filming it. He was like, "Get ready." He said they was gearing up. You could see a bunch of you know, Edomites scrambling in their fighter jets. You know, but that's how it's going to be, man. Those are preludes to actually when the Lord comes, man. You know, spoken in the book of Revelation. The devil and his angels were cast down, man. You know, roughly paraphrasing, man. That precept in the book of Revelation, man. That means they're gonna be an aerial conflict. You know, they're gonna be cast down. Meaning the Lord's gonna be destroying these jokers, man. But yeah, like I was saying, man, we're living in the end times, and this is what we're doing. Psalms 20, let me precept Psalms 27:14. It says, "Wait on the Lord for of good coverage, for of good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord," man. And that's what we do. We have no choice, really. You know, because these people think that the Lord is on their time, man. We're on the Lord's time, man. We don't snap our fingers and the Lord do what we command, man. You know, that's why these people saying, you know, got these sayings, man. You know, the Lord, you know, but the Lord does have his chosen men, women, and children. But nonetheless, man, these people think that the Lord is some genie in a bottle and we can snap our finger and summon him and he can do whatever we command, man. No, man, we on the Lord's time, man. The Lord used us. We are his vessels, man. So he used us as his will, man. whatever that will may be. This is the book of Psalms 27:14 again. It says, wait on the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord, man. And that's what we waiting on, man. You know, because we have no, actually you have no, you have no other choice, man. You know. So while we're patiently waiting on the Lord, we're doing the work, man, as required. Meaning what? Give them warning, as our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shah says, give them warning from me, man. He didn't say give them only. He said give them warning, but good tidings also, and that's to who? The house of Israel. Meaning that I'm gonna tell you to give them warning, but also it's a twofold, man. Good tidings too. You know, called warning, meaning that what? There's going to be chaos, destruction, woe, lamentation is coming, but also the kingdom of heaven is also actually ushering in. But in order for the kingdom of heaven to usher in, these lamentation, woes, death, and destruction has to come to pass also, man, before the ushering in of the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, and like I was mentioning, through the Spirit, you know, the Lord is allowing these clips of this Katrina, these trips of this Katrina incident to come back to light, man. Because a lot of people, and that was what, 2005. A lot of people are unaware, just like me. I knew that event happened, but the graphic details on what took place, you never knew, man. You know, they was talking about how, you know, there was even your so-called public, because that's how they is. They lawless anyway, but your so-called public servants, firemen, policemen, they were looting and shooting people, man. Like they got these jokes. This ain't speculation. They got these jokers like firemen, for example. They know about these so-called black neighborhoods that was left over and the people there. And this coming from the firefighters that was still there. They said they had a policy. Shoot first, ask questions last, man. And they on camera saying that, man. And these your so-called firefighters, man. You got eyewitnesses that were that lived and luckily survived that event, stating that they was hiding from the police, man. And they witnessed the police looting. They said they was hiding from the police. And one guy even said there was a police patrolling around, you know, people out, and one individual was a young black guy, you know, he said he was a youngster. He just ran up to the car. He really ran too, but he approached them and said, "Hey man, when are they gonna come?" And you know, were asking about, you know, he was just asking them questions, man. And he said that the young guy feel that he was being ignored, so the young guy turned around and walked off, and the police shot him in the back and killed him, man. And they said that they did that in front of several people, man. They said that's what the police did. They did that in front of several people, man. So that's the mentality, because that's what they're doing anyway. These devils, along these suck ass niggas too. But all they're doing is hiding behind a job title, man.
Yeah,
but these,
like I be saying, these 2/3, they're gonna find out. They're gonna find out who their real enemy is, man. These 2/3, they're gonna find out who their real enemy is, man. These fucking Edomites, man. You know, they try to hide what they do. You know, these fucking these crimes against humanity that they do. They try to hide it. You know, these devils with their brainwashing techniques. Dumbass, hippie ass, fucking punk ass Edomite. The dumber you are, the unaware, unknowing that you are of what's going on with him, the better they like you, man. You stuck in this style of life, you know, that they this philosophy that they created for you specifically. they can care less. They, you know, they don't have any worries about you. Man. Damn hippie ass, fucking demonic, lying ass, fucking Edomite. Like the scripture says, subtle, exquisite subtlety. They act like they don't know what the fuck going on. You know, hippie ass dope fiend. They up here sleeping in the efforts of like this. It's what's going on right now since that COVID thing. Act like they live in some type of nightmare. We just gonna wake up one day and everything gonna be back to normal. Nah, bitch, we the one that's in our nightmare. We live in a nightmare. We're gonna wake up to reality. Reality is that we're gonna rule the world, man. Meaning the Israelites, man. Not these punk ass Edomites. You know, they the one that's really we are both dreaming. They're dreaming and we're dreaming, but they're in a dream and we're in a nightmare. You know. You know, the scriptures even say that, because that's how the regular Edomites you see every day, that's how they act. You know, they got these witches, these witches doing their job. You know, I ain't never seen a bunch of goddamn witches in my life at one time, man. That's all you see out here. Old fucking bag ass witches, man. Edomite witches around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Playing these goddamn mind games. But I thought this was the day of their worship. I guess they see the bullshit in that fake Jesus Christ suit.
Yeah, they don't believe in Jesus no more. I thought they'd be in church. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe in Jesus no more. They may be atheists.
Yeah, that goddamn witches. That's what they believe in, sorcery and witchcraft. These damn simple ass bitches. I ain't never seen so many goddamn witch ass bitches in this area before, man. Ain't no mother bunch of goddamn Edomite witches around this bitch walking around playing mind games and shit.
Yeah, because they try to play like this class war. So they like birds of a feather flock together. Cause like I said, I've been feeling that this I was born in the 80s, man. You know what I'm saying? They trying to act like you was born in the
goddamn fucking witches trying to stand behind some goddamn body. I'm thinking about moving to a whole nother fucking area, man. Motherfucker trying to stand up, crowd up behind some goddamn body and shit, goddamn witches and shit, man. You know? Playing these goddamn mind games and shit, man. He moved out of air. He moved out of distance. He's out of distance. Now we can't link up. Now we not link up. Now I have no connection. Goddamn fucking demons, you know, trying to interfere with the word, man. You know, trying to fucking predict what you about to say or whatever. You know, and all this damn BS. You know, goddamn witches. Now they quiet as shit. You don't hear shit. The signal dropped. I'm no longer connected. Damn retarded ass bitches, man. You know, I can't stand these motherfuckers, man. You know,
so they feel what they would look like they said.
They see anybody else, they mind they goddamn business and shit, man.
Insulted, like if it was any other random ass nigga around here, they want
signal disconnected. No, the signal disconnected.
They have no kids to be around them, but for some reason they drawn to us like flies on crap on horse manure, man. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason these pale faces, you know, regardless they male or female, they want to bring some unwanted attention. But we don't want it towards us. But these random ass niggas, they are walk by, we don't even care to speak to them. It'd be some little speak to little words, a little signal to them like there's some type of agreements. They understand and then they go by their business, you know. But that's the reason why, like I was saying, they trying to act like this class war. They had these, like I was saying, I was born in the 80s, man. You know, but they want to act like you was born in the 1940s and you lived through Jim Crow and you still around. Like they trying to give off this Jim Crow era. How you doing? They trying to give off this Jim Crow era vibe, like you was a part of that. Like I was saying, this class war, like you were part of that. Like you were part of that class, or you experienced that whole dilemma. you know. And then they got these youngsters coming around, acting like that's their in their own class. They young, they in their teens and 20s. It's a whole new world. They don't express that disdain and resentment towards them. They act like it's a new day when it comes to them. But when it comes to me, I'm just going based on my personal testimony. They got these old, stale, you know, stale monkeys. I'm trying to be polite, giving that resentment like I lived through that era and I know all about it, you know. But like I said, these youngsters around here, they act like it's a new day, a new time, just like they trying to feel around themselves. They call these devils, they the ones that set the trend. You know why? Or set the mood. Because they control everything. Federal government, state government, they got control of everything. Federal funding, state funding, printing money, or they want to give off some false facade of equality, man. There's no equality, man. They picking Negroes, man. They're tolerable Negroes, they allow. And like I said, with these foreigners that they got coming in here, you know, so to justify them invading their country, they invite these other foreigners here, so it won't be like we can, you know, so it won't be like as if they're being discriminated. Let me say it like that. So we got to be equal, show some not equal, but show some form of equality by allowing you to come to a country that they took by force, claiming that it is own, that it's their own. So they invite other foreigners in, which they're the first invaders. So they invite other foreigners in to justify them occupying their territory, man. You know, that's how these devils work, man. But like I said, they want to give us some unwanted attention, like we're some main attraction. They bought tickets and they're supposed to be entertained, man. Just like our elders said, man, we're not here to entertain you people, man. This is not entertainment, man. You know, that's how they. But and then that's how they use these females too. They try to use these tactics that they use in the disguise. They try to act like they try to flirt with you. We just being flirty. That's why we're doing it. Now, why you ain't being flirty with these so-called white males that's on a job site that you tricking off on, and then going back and forth, going back to your husband. That's how you get your secretary position. You know what I'm saying? How you get your these extra payments on your paycheck. If not, they ain't give you cash in hand. You know, go flirty around them. They try to show this attention to us, but they real trick daddy. They act like they want to, hey, don't let nobody know in public, but they want to give us that attention like we're the ones that's your boss or etc. co-working. You know, that's how they act, man. And then hold me accountable for every word that I say, but Trump in office and all these other politicians, they'll probably for the most part bow down to him. Your employer probably pro-Trump, and all you do is smile. Hey, how you doing? Hey, because the facade, because they control your livelihood. That's why I say they try to give off some false narrative of equality. False narrative of equality, but there is none.
Yeah, these motherfuckers, you know, these weirdos, that's all they is. They sitting in oblivion. They act like by being fucking quiet, they gonna duck something. They ain't ducking shit, man. You can sit quiet all you want, but judgment is coming forth, man. You know, they think they gonna duck something by sitting here quiet, like it's gonna blow by. Everything's gonna blow by, get back to normal. All you gotta do is sit here quiet when your government is on television telling you this, that, and the third. They passing these bills. They bringing in these tariff wars, trade wars with other countries that's going to basically increase the prices on your goods, services. And these weirdos, they want to, in the land of, on the Chaldeans, the land of these sorceries and witches and warlocks, they want to act like whatever's being said by your government is nothing to be concerned with. You know, you got these weirdos just fucking playing mind games with each other, trying to keep your mind off of what's really going on in the world, man. You know, a lot of these dummies don't even watch news no more. Cause why? Cause for them, mostly because they're corrupt government. I don't give a fuck who it is. Democrat, Republican, is they being revealed for what they are, corrupt and criminals, man. So a lot of these fucking Edomites, what they want to do is they want to act like they don't want to pay attention to anything that's happening with your news, man. You know, they want to sit here and play motherfucking mind games all day. These damn opioid dope poppers, psychedelic dope poppers, living in la la land. Just get high, man. Hippie vibe. These weirdos with this hippie vibe shit that was happening in the 70s. You know, hippie ass fucking Edomites. Love and peace, man. All that fucking bullshit. You know, sitting here quiet like what's happening in the world is not really happening, man. You know, all you gotta do is sit here quiet. You know, just do whatever you want. And they got these fucking retards playing games, man. You know, retards playing games, you know.
Yeah, got a bunch of drug addicts trying to convince these pale face, hey, look, just let us live. We ain't gonna call, we ain't saying nothing bad about you, but they are. That's why they come around you trying to act like they trying to distinguish you or get some these pale faces to recognize that, hey, we ain't doing nothing wrong. We just out here, you know, living our life, getting high. We don't have no.
Got these retards coming here to save the day, fucking retard pussy. I'm here to save the day, you know, retard pussy and shit. I'm here to save the day. Y'all feel any type of way? I'm here to save the day, you know. Yeah, I'm waiting too, pussy. You know, I'm waiting too. You believe that shit? Goddamn, get these damn crackhead fucking niggas. That's exactly what you gonna get, you know. Crackhead niggas that trust in you. I'm waiting too, pussy.
Yeah, you just let me give me a job, let me make some money. Give me a job. That's how they act around here. Give me a job, let me make some money. I'm gonna leave you so-called white folks alone. I ain't saying nothing bad about you. You need to get a job, give me a little house, let me trick off and smoke my
trying to quench this damn fucking devil trying to hinder the word, man. These fucking devils and witches and warlocks in this fucking fuck ass witch demonic ass society. You know, that's all this place is a land, the land of witchcraft and sorcery. You know, but the ones that run this country, they're saying things that these people that's gonna basically have some type of negative effect on your lifestyle, man. You know, they trying to erect Confederate statues, and who is this guy? Your Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth or whatever his name is. He's trying to re-erect these Confederate statues and rename these bases after these back to their original name after these Confederate soldiers. But from the last time I remember, the Confederate lost, you know, and this dude Pete Hegseth or whatever his fucking name is, he's saying we are proud of our history or whatever, man. We are proud of our history, you know. Goddamn Age provocateur scumbag looking. You seen when he drove by trying to look hard.
But this guy, he's talking about we're proud of our history and we're gonna teach our history. You know, but the last time I seen the Confederate soldiers lost, man. The Confederates lost. I thought the Union won. You know, from my understanding, am I wrong? I thought the Union won. Why are not these bases named after you know, even though they're in the South, you know, nonetheless, but they could have gave these names to Union soldiers or whatever, even though, like I said, these military areas was in the South, whatever. Virginia was part of the Confederacy. But nonetheless, man, you know, talking about they're proud of their heritage, they're proud of their history and shit. We gonna teach them. I'm like, man, what the fuck? The fuck are you talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? That because more or less the Confederacy is an indication of white supremacy, hardcore slavery, and prejudice, man. That's what this Confederate Confederacy section of the Civil War. They are part of discrimination, prejudice, hardcore slavery, and and oppression, man. You know, that's what they're about, man. And the last time I checked, they didn't win the Civil War, man. You know. You know, like these damn devils are trying to hinder the word, man. You know, goddamn witches and warlocks. If this what we were saying was a bunch of nonsense, you know what? They wouldn't say nothing. Like these plantation Christian churches, they don't be disrupting these black churches, which there's a division in that. Plantation Christianity got black churches. And what they bring these damn retarded niggas, man. They got these retarded niggas around here linked up with people acting like whatever one black person do is a nigga thing. Now these retarded niggas trying to do the same thing that you do, sitting around this bitch goddamn quiet and mimicking what they can steal from other niggas. Goddamn fucking criminal ass niggas trying to turn snitch, you know, criminal ass niggas turn rats. You know, they want to be a part of this witchcraft game, which they were doing to your civil rights leaders. These niggas up there spying on black activity or black activists. They was doing that since before the civil rights, man. I got a precept. It's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 3. It says, "The pride of thy heart had deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" Like I was saying, they're trying to resurrect these names of these Confederate generals, you know, build up these statues again, because that's their pride, man. You know, like I said, he said, we're proud of our history. That's their pride, man. But what your pride the pride of thy heart had deceived thee, man. You know, as they got a slogan in the South, man, which is we're in Richmond, which this is the capital of the Confederate. They said what? The South shall rise again. So that's what they're longing for. These devils are longing for what? To put you back in subjection, man. And mainly, that's what the plans of the elite of Esau Edom are attempting to do, man. That's their enterprise. For the Lord is what? The Lord is going to upset their enterprise, man, by issuing in the MOTB, man. That's what these elites, nonetheless, these other peon Edomites, they're going to be they're elites amongst Esau, planning to put them under subjection too. You know. Continuing on, Salakia, Obadiah 1 and 4 says, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou, Salakia, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord," man. So these their prideful ways, you know, They're trying to set themselves up high, give reverence to me. That's why they erect these statues in pride, man, for gloat. Why you think these like all over Richmond, man, and throughout Babylon the Great, aka America, they still got these plantations up, man, and then they try to act like it's some pleasant thing to have around, man. That's a symbolism of what? Of
Oppression.
oppression, man.
As the scripture said, they
Basically
speak
atrocities, man.
they speak.
The despicable atrocities that took place. Like they're even like on these platforms now, social media platforms, they're showing, in graphic detail of these events, especially a punishment that the children of Israel had to endure doing there, man. Like they said, say for instance, one which I've seen that several times, it was like one if a fugitive slave was caught, right? They said for a punishment, they'll put him in a barrel and put a bunch of nails in the barrel, man, and roll them down a fucking hill or something, man. And most of them died, man. The ones that did, they was clinging on to life, man. So that's just one barbaric treatment that they did, man. And then they were saying something about doing the right after the the Civil War, right? They passed, these black codes and stuff like that, where they said if a prisoner, right, was to say, they say talk back to a guard or a so-called white person that was their overseer, talk back to him, look them in the eye, or any type of minute thing, man. They will force them. They said it's the iron bucket. They said they didn't want to talk about it. It's the iron bucket. They don't want this true fact to be taught. That it be filled with human urine and feces, or even other inmates throw up, and they will force you to eat it, man. They said if you don't eat it, they'll whip you half to death, man. And then he said if those that did eat it, if you passed out from eating it, they said they'll wake you up and make you finish eating it, man. So that's how diabolical these devils treated our people, man. They're uncivilized, man, but they want to act like we're the uncivilized. We didn't choose to damn eat shit, but they act like that's what you are. But that's what these devils will force you to do, man.
Cruel as hell. Cruel. I got a precept. This is Psalm 73:8. It says they are corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. So that's what they do, man. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They are proud of it. They try to, that's basically what this erecting these Confederate statues back up and renaming these renaming these military bases back to Confederate soldiers. That's what that's about, man. They speak wickedly concerning oppression, man. So they have no concerns, and plus, Donald Trump trying to defund the Smithsonian. What's this like? What the Ak was talking about? That's in the category of what Donald Trump was trying to defund the Smithsonian Museum about history. That was the treatment of the so-called black people during slavery and post-slavery, man. These atrocities that was done was they tried to hide. And a glimpse of that, one of these things that they try to deny is these what they call these black massacres, like Tulsa-Homa, for example. These so-called white people came to these black communities, black towns or whatever, and massacre these people, man. Which they try to act like that's a conspiracy theory. It never happened, And a glimpse of and an example of that is this so-called white guy this white guy, quote unquote white dude, went on social media trying to unite a mob to kill at least 30,000 black people because what happened in Cincinnati, man. So that's an example of what they was doing, was they're trying to say now, they trying to say now that these events like that are conspiracy theories. They never happened. Just like with the Katrina thing, you know, the Katrina thing, they don't want to a lot of that shit that was going on, these white people was doing. It was like the Ox said, they was even government officials, firemen, for example, going in these well-known black communities, poor black communities, and just killing people, man, black people. They just don't want to talk about it, you know, because they don't want to talk about it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Like, that's why they don't speak on. That's why, like the Ox said, you don't hear about these situations that happened even in Katrina. That shit happened in 1995.
No, it happened in 2005.
Salakia, 2005. I said 1995. Yeah, that shit happened in 2005, right? So,
even if it did happen in 1995, that was doing the Rock and Key thing. But it's still recent, man. You know, even though that joined about 20 years ago, but that's recent. But they don't want to talk about it. I got another a phrase, man. It says the phrase, "Those who do not know their history are doomed to repeat it," is a well-known saying that emphasizes the importance of learning from the past. While it's often attributed to Winston Churchill, it's actually a misquotation of George Santayana's original quote. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. This idea suggests that without understanding historical events, including mistakes and their consequences, people are likely to make similar errors in the future, man. So that's why these devils don't want to teach you true history, man. And they true history, which they got facts, historical documents, and things like that that support it. They call it now because a critical race theory, man. You know, that's critical race theory, man. They because you don't see it now. They saying it's a theory. It never happened. That's what people theorize. That's just somebody said, some old folk tale, you know. But actually, you experience, because that's what they want you to do, man. These devils don't want you to know how diabolical they are, what they done, and what they plan to do to you again, man, if they had a chance. And that's what they're doing. That's why they're passing these policies. These devils got all, like we were saying, that Katrina thing. You had all these so-called black, or the majority of people that was there, that was left, and that was felt the blunt of that Katrina event, was the majority, not all, but the wide majority was so-called poor black people, man. You know, they were left defenseless, man. They had to seek the aid of these jokers. Even one joker said, he said, man, he was trying to wait. One so-called black guy, he said he was in his boat. He said he was waving for them to rescue him. He said they flew right past him, picked up the so-called white people, took them to safety. He said they came back. He thought they were going to rescue him. He said all they did was they were dropping water. He said they were dropping water so hard. He said, I think they were trying to sink my boat. So that's how these devils feel, man. And there was one, they got video of this. There was one, this Edomite general that was there. He was telling soldiers to stop pointing your gun at these civilians. This is video. They got actual video of that. He was like, put your guns down. Stop pointing your guns at these people, man. So they had these other Edomite soldiers pointing their guns at these civilians, man. But see, that's the mentality. That's a recipe for disaster, because a soldier is not humanitarian for the most. That's what they try to portray. But they're trained to what? Kill, man. So that's their instinct, picking up a gun, ready to shoot, because that's what they're trained to do, man. So them coming over to what they call civilian world, they're gonna treat it as if they're in a you know, a foreign country, and what's they, you know. But nonetheless, that's how a lot of Edomites feel anyway, man. You know, they feel as, hey man, I could justify putting you down because my uniform. I'm a policeman. I'm a military, so I'm just my bloodlust of killing a nigga can be justified through a uniform. That's why a lot of them go and apply to be a police, be a fed or whatever it may be, man. Be a join the military, man, because that's they bloodlust, and they can feel like they're justified if they kill a nigga. They was there's video out of this if I ain't mistaken, it's either Mississippi or Alabama is one of them. Sheriff stating that that's what he did. He said, yeah, that's what I do. He said, he talking about how many, he used the hard R, niggas. How many niggas I killed? He said, if you kill one, and this was recent. They said after this statement was made public, he said he wouldn't even fire, man. They said they had a vote, and the vote was like, it was slim. It was like 2 to 3 or something like that, man. So by one vote, he got voted out, man.
Yeah, and they just recently, this guy, I don't know, I think he in Ohio, New Hampshire, somewhere, man. You know, just because of that Cincinnati situation, he went on social media. He's a government official, a self-proclaimed white man. He's on social media posting that that's what he called. He says 3 on 10. That's something. That's an N-word party or some shit, right? I forgot how he said it, but anyway, he said the black people of that area are animals, man. You know, so he called these people animals, related to that Cincinnati situation, you know, but not recognizing the fact of the matter. The so-called white guy, the white dude started the shit, man. He the one that punched the black dude in the face, surrounded by a whole bunch of black people saying the N-word, slapped the black dude in the face. And what you think? All hell broke loose, man. Now they trying to act like even the what's his name, the vice president J.D. Vance. That's what he called them. All I saw was a group of lawless thugs. So like it is, that's what these devils want to do. They want to justify having that bloodlust of killing you, man. You know, just like I said, that's why they getting these uniforms like cops or whatever, man, so they can fulfill that bloodlust, man.
And another thing, even though we know that's in that these devil's natures, but a lot of these events, man, we know they're crisis actors, man. You know what I'm saying? Like me, some of this stuff that take place, like there was like this one incident where this police broke this nigga window and snatched him out the car. Similar to, you know, then they got this nigga that was the George Floyd, I forgot his name, which is no importance, but he was the lawyer, some nigga, you know, act like he's the next, what's that motherfucker name? That known goddamn
Al Sharpton.
No, that known goddamn lawyer that got off that dude. I can't even think of this nigga's name. The football fucking player. But these niggas are no important. He's O.J. Simpson. Yeah, that black lawyer that got off O.J. Simpson. I forgot that nigga name. They act like he the next him. But anyway, like I said, I think, you know, to me, a lot of this shit is an act, man. Because there's a narrative. They already know that narrative exists, and they're just playing on it because these devils have an agenda. They said we got to bring chaos to justify coming down. So they stage these events, make them look real, put them out in the media, and then people feed on that shit. Even though we know that's what these devils, that's what they feel. But they stage a lot of this stuff, man. A lot of this stuff, these people around here are crisis actors, man. You know, I don't believe a lot of this stuff, man. It's there to move the masses so these devils can justify coming down on them, man. Because this Trump, what he got? The military over in DC not too long ago that was stationed there. You know, there was people showing it. They got military, multiple military Humvees, military walking around. You know, the DC area and stuff like that. That wasn't too long ago. It was like a week or two ago. I don't know if they're still there, but that wasn't too long ago, man. You know.
And this is I guess he was a city official. This is the news coverage of this guy using racial slurs because of that Cincinnati situation, right? It says Ross Township official in spotlight after posting racial slur on social media, right? So they was like, that's how these devils feel towards you, man. You know, that dude talking about he trying to justify talking about he grew up in the 60s and that was more or less common language at that time. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. That's how they feel. That's how they feel anyway, man. And it's not going. It's not. That's why they trying to act like it's something. This racism only is relating to the older people, the people that grew up in that time. Man, nah, man, this shit's still going on, man. Like I pointed out, these all white communities. You know who's want to bring these all white communities in existence? The millennials, the Generation Zs, the younger white people, the younger white kids. They want their own community, man. Only whites, white only community, which they already exist, man.
Yeah, man. There's already plenty of so-called white community.
Already exists, man.
It's like I was mentioning that last time I was out here. There's a so-called white guy. He has a channel dedicated. He said this is the all white community. But he's like, soon enough, it's going to be a ghost town because they talk about economically, you know, because they're in these little rural areas. It's not, you know, the city is more, you know, they got that hustle and bustle. People here in the cities and stuff, they try to make a dollar. They got businesses set up, but in the rural areas, you know, there ain't much going on.
And they instill that in these races, they instill that into their kids, man. And it's a generational thing. They instill it into their kids, so forth and so on, man. They want to act like, you know, because of these areas where it's not predominantly white, quote unquote white, they hide it, man. You know, they hide it. They try to, you know, but if you was in an area just like these sundown towns, a lot of these black truck drivers are ending up missing. You know, a lot of these black truck drivers ending up missing, going through these sundown towns and all type of shit, you know. But what is that all about, man? You know, it's the hatred that these devils got. The Lord said these Edomites have a perpetual hatred. These Edomites have a perpetual hatred towards the children of Israel, man. You know, perpetual means continually, meaning it's not going anywhere, man. They just know how to hide it nowadays. They just more clever about their racism, man. You know, and they got a lot of you niggas fooled by letting you do wickedness and wickedly, basically towards people of your own so-called of your own race, and they leave you alone, even because you committing crimes against your own race of people. So these damn fucking Edomites don't give a fuck about that shit, any type of justice, you know. That's why they leave a lot of these stupid niggas alone, you know, because that's what they're doing for the most part. They commit crimes against other Negroes, so to speak. You know, they try to kumbaya, they trying to see what Edomite they can ass kiss, deep throat ass to get away with shit. That's why these damn retarded niggas on.
To say the least, they're doing their job for them, man.
You know, these coon ass niggas, that's what type of shit they on, you know. And damn, I forgot what I was about to say, you know, because that's what these damn devils is, playing these goddamn mind games and goddamn giggling. Like I said, that's why these damn Edomites helping these retarded niggas, because they know these niggas retarded, lost, they don't know what the fuck going on, lost in the Edomite sauce. They don't know what the fuck going on. And they know the condition of these niggas. They know these niggas lost, retarded, simple, and just how they like them, just how they want them. So they leave them alone.
as said, oh, full of all subtlety, like subtlety, and all mischief, thou child of the devil, thou enemy of all righteousness, wouldst thou not cease to pervert the right ways of the Lord, man? So these devils won't cease to pervert, even though, they got a perpetual hatred towards the children of Israel, because what? The children of Israel represent what? The children of the Most High. So these devils are anti-Amashiach, man. They're anti the Mashiach, man. They won't cease. They got a perpetual hatred towards the children of Israel and the Lord and His ways, man. They won't cease to stop disobeying the Lord, man. Because that's what the devil did. The devil made them the perfect. Like that's what the Lord did. The Lord made them the perfect devil. Like, I'm not saying what. Well, I didn't mean to say that, but they are the devil, and what we were talking about, what these devils do. But the Lord made them the perfect devil. Repeat that again. The book of Acts 13:10. It says, "Oh, full of all subtlety and all mischief." That's what these devils are full of, man. Thou child of the devil, man. Thou enemy of all righteousness. Wouldst thou not cease to pervert the ways of the Lord, man? They won't cease it, man. That's what these devils do, man. They won't cease that perpetual hatred, which is murder. That's one of the ways. That's what this devil is doing. It's one of the just one of the atrocities or offenses that this devil is committed. Murder, man.
The bloody man. Yeah, the bloody man, man.
Thou shalt not commit murder. And this devil got a track record of it, man.
This is Ezekiel 35:1. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, says, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end." So that's what these devils do, man. They got a perpetual hatred, and that's what they do. They shed the blood. They were shedding the blood of the children of Israel as they do this day, man. That's why you see a lot of these fucking Edomites, for example, in these uniforms, killing unarmed black men. He got a gun. It's a phone. Oh, yeah, I feel threatened. Shot him in the back, because they got a perpetual hatred for the children of Israel, and it's not going anywhere, man. That's how they feel, and they try to justify it. That's why they let this culture that these niggas, this hip hop bullshit, for example, is one of the main strongholds on on the community of these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, along with this black Christian shit. And it drops a line with all these other fuck ass religions.
I got a precept in this book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. It says, Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. That's why we made that point about black history. They're trying to suppress that and call that critical race theory. You don't want to speak the truth of the atrocities that these devils are guilty of, man. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it, man. So this devil, he's a liar. He's the father of these lies, man. Like I was saying, examples of, oh, he got a gun to justify them murdering, somebody. They'll make up a lie, fabricate a story, even though they got him on camera, man. A lot of them, and these jokers still they got him on camera, lie, and to say the least, most of these jokers either they get off or they get a slap on the wrist, man. Let that be you. They're like, oh, you lied, man. You done it. They all know, especially niggas that so-called your peers as your jury, they'll look at you like this. Man, we done caught you in a lie, man. The camera don't lie. We done caught you in a lie. They're like this. They'll throw the fucking book at you. These pale faces, man. Like I said, their deflection is what? A job title, man. Now I can get the minutest because of my job title, whether it be a public servant, all of them, politician or whatever it may be, man.
And you see that in the so-called justice systems now, the court systems, with these Edomites, man, they be killing like, I can't remember the black chick's name. This damn cop killed her. He's getting like 3 months or something like that, man.
Yeah,
like 33 months or some shit, 3 years and a couple months.
Breonna Taylor, man.
Right, yes, it's not even 3 years,
They said Trump suggested 1 day. See, that right there lets you know, man, these motherfuckers don't care about you, man.
Your life doesn't matter. Black lives matter. Your life doesn't matter. That was the whole theme behind that shit anyway. They trying to act like your life doesn't matter, and which they call it Black Lives Do Matter or Black Lives Matter. Now these Edomites try to flip the script. All lives matter. All lives matter. You know what I'm saying? Because they're against you, man. These fucking devils are against you no matter what you do, man. They trying to act like
you don't,
which I can care less about that I don't have nothing to do with it, but I'm speaking according to facts. They think, because they came up with that group, which is funded by a so-called white man, George Soros. They came with that group and that group name. They came up with that group and that group name, and these damn so-called white people came up against that. No white lives matter or all lives matter, but the fact was that they treat black people like if their lives does not matter out here, man. So that was the theme behind the shit, which I can care less about it. Yeah, I don't support it at all. Man. Yeah, these fucking Edomites don't care. Your president, I suggest he get 1 day. Your president, and that's their God, man. That's their savior. That's why they're coming out with these.
This is a known pedophile, man. He got several cases that he set out of court against SAN, as they call it, SAN, multiple underage children, man.
Yep. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Known criminal, 30 some felonies. He convicted.
He's the epitome of so-called white privilege, man. He's the epitome of it, man.
And he got over 30 some felonies. That's what he is. That's what these people want. They want to stay in darkness about what's going on. The truth of the matter, they want to stay in dark like it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
especially when it comes to their oppressor, man. Like they can care less, especially damn simple Negroes, man. Yeah, they got like they can care less about what's going on with their master, man. Hoping in efforts of this, hoping they can get away with something. That's how these damn retarded niggas feel. Oh, we got a criminal in White House. He gonna help me.
Yeah,
he gonna help me commit a crime and get away with it too. These cool, retarded. Man. Yeah, he cool. He a nigga now.
Niggas want to act like stupid ass niggas. Being a fucking criminal is cool or something, man. That's how far gone these dumbass niggas. The real criminal is these damn Edomites. When say for instance out of when you came out of slavery, right? You try to maintain and do for yourself. These devils pass policies to take your land from you. Burn down your hotels, thriving on your own. Burn it down, flood it, loot, rob, kill, destroy it. And then like you said, when you was coming up, you never heard of it. You This stuff is just recent, like these Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. Then you got this clown ass nigga that's the representative here. I remember a couple of years ago trying to come out. Oh, everybody know about Black Wall Street. Hell no, everybody don't know, man. This is recent history. This coon ass nigga, I can't stand this nigga, man. The damn ex-governor, mayor or something of Richmond, man. Black coon ass Democrat bitch ass nigga, man. You know, everybody know about Black Wall Street. Man, no, hell no, they don't. He just want to get some recognition. He just want to be on camera, get some recognition, because there was people that's not in his status of being a kiss ass coon that knew about true history. And you know how these niggas got, they got people that would tell them what's going on. You don't think these people, you think these people live on another planet? Say for instance, these politicians, you don't think they got family members, friends that be on these social media platforms, that know about these social media platforms, that don't inform them on what's going on? Hey, Dad, they're talking about this. Hey, you know they're talking about this on social media. They're telling these politicians, man, and they got these people got these so-called ears to the street. These people they're just like anybody else, any other joker around here. I don't put these jokers on the pedestal. I don't care what position you're in. You know, a lot of you suckers do, because that's what you are. They know you suckers, lollipops, suckers, man. I don't put these jokers on the job title, on the pedestal because of a job title, man. That's how a lot of you suckers around here do, man. They treat them. They think these people somebody because of a job title or a so-called status. These motherfuckers ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm trying to make is that dude, he was just trying to get some type of recognition on camera that he knew about these places. Man, that stuff, like when I was young coming up, I ain't learned about this till I was in my 20s, man. You know, fortunate enough, you know, the Lord opened my eyes up to certain information, man. And I ain't learned that till when I was well into even though it was my early 20s, it was in my 20s. I was never taught about that. You know what? What was taught, we were slaves, and now we came out of slavery, and now we're here. We didn't know, right? It's surprising, right? Right immediately after so-called slavery, there was thriving cities, not just one, not just two, but throughout Babylon the Great, aka America, that was thriving, man. They was millionaires, man. Got money, made generational wealth, man. But what happened? These devils came through, envy, jealousy, and whatever excuse, and burned it down, man. You know, we ain't know about this until they try to act like it's something new. Everybody know about it. No, everybody didn't know about that information. He just wanted to get recognition. He wanted to get some type of gain from it, man. By saying it on camera, man, in front of the mass media. Because there was multiple people that knew about this information. That's not a bootlicking, ass kissing. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican, man. We already know how you got your spot, man. You got to get co-signed by who? No other. Who runs society, man? You got to get co-signed by somebody like that in order for you clown niggas to be somewhere in their society. And then you want to, like I said, they didn't want to give off some false notion of equality. Get out of here. Yeah, you're an equal opportunity employer when I'm the employer. Yeah, I hire you to do the work, but I'm the employer. I'm the one that's running it. I'm the one that's owning it. But yeah, you more than welcome to work for me. Who else been working for these devils, man? Sitting over here, man.
You started getting benefits, paid, vacation, this, that, and the third. Then they started discriminating. But when the work was free, forced labor, yeah, you were the only employer. You know what I'm saying?
Only employee.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're the only employee. Now you started getting wages and benefits and shit. Nah, they like, nah, you can't. Hell, nah.
What is
discrimination and prejudice.
They said that the so-called African Americans, the black, hold the highest unemployment rate, right? But doing this, just like I said, when the labor was free, shit, all you niggas had a job. all you niggas had a job, man.
From the least to the greatest. We even had little kids out there working in the fields.
All you niggas being
Little babies.
The employment rate was goddamn zero. I mean, the unemployment rate among Negro was fucking zero. Every nigga had a damn job when the employment was fucking free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when the
like I said, they push wages and benefits and shit like that. They say, oh hell no, we don't talk about benefit for that. That was a benefit. Hell no, what was the benefit for them? Yes, that's the mentality of these devils. They don't want, just like John 8:44, it says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaks of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it, man. You know, that's what these devils does, man. That's what they do. They're the devil.
Devil means deceiver, false accuser,
Slandering. You know, they don't want this truth. They don't want to hear this truth, man. But we hear it to what? Because the Lord said what? But just like I said, put your face against Mount Sin. Not for it. We're not rooting for this place, man. No place of oppression. No oppression. These people want to just look because they see it for what it is today. They want to ignore everything that happened in the past, but let you do something. That's exactly what they're gonna bring up your past. Well, you know, he got convicted of this, he was doing this, and when you become in the state of Virginia, you know what I mean, especially if you get a felony, there's no expungement, man. That shit gonna be on your record. Unless they change that policy, but that shit gonna be on your record forever, man. You know, so if you commit something, you do something, they're gonna bring it up. He did this. They don't care if it's misdemeanor. You did that. He did this. He did that. They'll bring up your past. But when it comes to you acknowledging the truth about theirs, they don't want to hear it. Man, that's in the past, man. Move on. Move forward. That's just in the past. Why you living in the past? That's how these devils did, man. They're hypocrites, man. It's like the Lord said, the Lord said he'll bring against you a hypocritical nation, man. If I'm saying that precept right.
I think it's Isaiah chapter 2. This is another precept. It's Zephaniah chapter 3:1. It says, woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. You know, that woe means
I got a trophy wife. Look at me. I got a trophy wife.
Nigga ain't shit. The homosexual alternative lifestyle. He like it, I'm a buy it. I'm gonna get it because he like it. Whatever he like, that's what I gotta like. You know.
Like I say, it's a known image out there. Everybody knows it.
Shit. If he like it, he like it. I gotta have it. You know, this is a precept again. Zephaniah chapter 3:1. It says, woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city, which is that oppressing city is America. That's when that woe means misery and destruction, man.
Yeah, money talks. Who got the benefits of life? No wonder you got all you there. No wonder, live it up. This your kingdom. Acting like we surprised you got something. You know, you can buy your way out of anything, buy your way into anything, buy your way into somebody in advantage. You got the benefit.
That's what they bring. That's what they bring. And there's plenty.
I ain't got the pleasure. I ain't got the privilege to walk into a bank and just sign over millions of dollars to the state just on my complexion. I don't have that luxury. You know, hey man.
We ain't trying to do that no more. We ain't trying to let that be known. Yeah, that's supposed to be a secret, man.
I can't just write thousands, just throw off thousands of dollars to hundreds of thousands of dollars to abroad to have a job for panties on, or promoter in a job title. You want to be my secretary? You can blow me every, you know. Nah, man. You got it, man. You got it, Mr. White Man. You got me on that one.
Yeah, this is to the oppressing city is America, man. This place is full of oppression, man. The Lord says, woe unto her, Lady Liberty, America. You know, woe unto you, meaning death death, misery, and destruction. That's what's coming here, man. You know, and like I said, these people want to be in, stay in oblivious, not be aware even to what's going on in the news, man. The news, they talking about World War III, nuclear bombs, trade wars with these tariffs, you know, all type of shit is going on, man. You know, we're talking about these passing these laws. You know, Trump is passing these laws. There's passing laws on digital currency, you know, furthering their agenda little by little.
The Genius Act, that's one of the acts.
Yeah, furthering their agenda little by little, which is called gradualism. You know, little by little, they're furthering their agenda. So these people like, oh, they've been doing that. Oh, they've been doing that 10 years ago. You know, and then something else is gonna get more into whatever their agenda is whatever their agenda is, whatever the agenda is going to get further into it, man. You know, these people want to act like, oh, they've been happening. It's called gradualism, man. You know.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna bring this up, Doug. I asked what is the Genius Act? The Genius Act officially the guiding and establishing national innovation for U.S. Stable Coins Act is a U.S. federal law that regulates stable coins, a type of cryptocurrency designed to maintain a stable value relative to a national currency, typically the U.S. dollar, man. So that's what that Genius Act is, man. It's a what? A cryptocurrency. Because they're trying to do away with the fiat currency, paper currency, and bring in everything digital, man. So we already see what's going on, man. Just like our elders been speaking this truth for decades now, man. For several decades now, man. They've been speaking this truth, man. You know. But yeah, that's what the Genius Act is, man. They're going to regulate what? They're paving the way to bring in a digital form of payment where they can track, trace, erase people, man. Like they said, even punishment, they said where they can even, which they do, the ability to even just wipe your funds out, man. You know what I'm saying? They can destroy it. Like there was somebody was going into, I can't think. They said they can even destroy your currency, man. They can just wipe it out, deplete it if they want. That's the control these devils want, man. Or if you want to stand up against me, they got a lot of these sheeps around here. All they're gonna do, because you see them right now, is go with the flow. Because I've been to these neighborhoods, HOI. That's what that is, man. You can look. I can look at that neighborhood like this well-regulated neighborhood with these strict policies. HOI. You can't do this. The grass. Even though I'm using this as an example, I can't say these are true. The grass can't be no more than 6 inches. If it is, you got to get cut. You know what I'm saying? Your outside painting of your house got to be prestige. You can't have no. I see your fence kind of crooked. You got to fix that. It's leaning. It's supposed to be 90 degrees. It's leaning, 4 or 5 degrees off. You got to fix that. They got these HOI programs and shit like that, man. So that's what this devil want. They want complete control of their passing. That's why they pass policies, rules, and regulations to have control of people. Restrict your travel. Restrict you being who you are. Be so-called freedom. But you got all these policies and stuff. And then people say this is the land of the free. Yeah. What you mean is they try to say it's free. Why? Because it was free for these devils to take. That's what mainly what they mean. Yeah, it's free, man. It's free for us to take it. Do what we want to do with it. That's what they mean. This ain't the land of the free. When you gotta pay for everything. You gotta pay to live, man. You gotta pay for everything, man. Even when they say, "Oh, my house is paid off." No, it's not. You're still paying. Everybody should be wise to this by now. You're paying taxes on everything. paying tax on top of tax. You know what I'm saying? You being taxed, then your income tax comes, then you get taxed on that. You know what I'm saying? These people, you know what I'm saying? Where's the free at? You know, you can't walk into this job like, man, I want to give me some money, go to a bank. I want this money free. I don't know no requirements. Just give it to me. Getting everything from you, man. I mean, they taking everything from you. It's like talking about the land of the free, man. Yeah, right. This is the oppressive city, man. But these people want to neglect the truth by entertainment, man. They gonna watch some LeBron Lane nigga make a fucking layup or a dunk. Stand in the stadium for about damn what? I don't know how long these ball games and shit normally be about a fucking hour. They look like they are not even that long. They feel like they longer on TV, or because I've been to once, even though it wasn't my choice, it was a school thing. School went. They took everybody to a damn ball game and shit. We went to a back. I remember that shit, Charlotte Hornets. When I was young, went to a ball game. Benefit of the school trip. Man, that shit flew by. I was like, what the fuck? I said, it's over? I didn't realize, I said, man, what the fuck happened? You know, because the quarter's beating up, but what? 5 minutes? I don't know how long these basketball games, but like I said, on TV, it's a whole lot longer, man. And when you there, that shit fly by, man. So that's why I said these people are distracted by entertainment.
Yeah, the Roman circus.
Yeah.
You know,
like always say the good place. Look, man.
But we're still, this is the Romans are still around, you know, and these so-called white people are Romans, you know. Where did the Roman Catholic Church, the Catholic religion comes from Rome, where the rest of Christianity originated, or where Christianity derived from. You know, Christianity,
Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah, it derives from the Roman Catholic Church. And who was these so-called Edomites, man? I mean, these so-called Europeans, which are Edomites. These Europeans, they are the Romans, man. You know, that's their ancestors. You know, you can look at the structure. Look at the federal buildings. You know, how it's structured. You know, they use Roman numerals, numerous things you can point out, man. You know, Latin things are written in Latin, which was the language of the Romans. Latin and Greek, that's what they spoke.
But I'm gonna continue on this Genius Act. It says here's a breakdown of the key aspects of the Genius Act. Stable coin definition. The act defines payment stable coins as digital assets intended for use as a means of payment or settlement, with users obligated to maintain a stable value relative to a fixed amount of monetary value, usually the dollar, man, because that's what they're doing. They're going to swap this fiat currency, petrodollar, with a digital one, man. To what usher in the MOTB, man. The chip, the microchip, man. So that's what this double plan is to usher in. And we can't wait, because we know when this is implemented, yeah, man, we know our salvation is now, man. We know it's over, man. This devil thing, his enterprise, he's gonna start what? The Great Reset. His enterprise is his new enterprise, which is the NWO, New World Order, is gonna be put in place, man. But little did this devil know, it's gonna be that by implementing that is gonna be the presentment of his demise, man. This devil is going down, man. You know, we can't wait till this devil implement that, man. Because those that don't go along with this system, but think about it. Who's on board with sticking a foreign object? However, they try to act like it's cool, man. It's cool, man. I can walk into the store and with the palm of my hand wave and purchase. I don't have to have no money. I ain't got to worry about no, because they're going to present all, they're going to, I ain't got to worry about nobody mugging me, stealing my stuff. Oh, I forgot my ID. Never mind, it's in my hand. I forgot my wallet. Never mind, it's in my hand. By the wave of my hand, they're going to present it like that, man.
It's a convenience.
It's cool, man. Because I did a lesson a couple days ago. There was an Edomite chick. She said, I'm in Whole Foods, and I'm gonna pay with my groceries by the palm of my hand. She just put the palm of her hand up like this. She was like, wow, that's amazing. That's cool. You know, that's how they gonna present it, like it's something cool, something nifty. We're moving on to a more innovative technological, you know, way of life. Out with the old, in with the new type of mentality, man. But no, man, the devil set you up, man. And like I was mentioning, there's some of these Edomites, Bible Belts, they believe that's what it is too. That's the MOTB, man. So you got to think about it. It's right here in your face, man. The language
all shit in your face.
Yeah, the language right in your face. They're gonna be able to what? Deplete your whole system. They're gonna be able to track you. They're gonna know what you spending, how you spending it. They're gonna like China is doing now. That social credit score, where you're gonna be it's like an allowance. You're gonna have allowed a certain amount of money.
Universal income.
Certain amount of money a month, no more, no less, and you got to spend it within that month. If not, you're gonna lose it. You ain't gonna be able to, like some people do. I can save for my retirement. Shit, yeah, right.
You gonna own nothing to be happy about it. You know, that's a part of primarily the ultimately is slavery, man. They trying to enslave the world's population again. Your activity, they control it. Even your bodily functions. You know, they know. They can monitor your blood level, your sugar level, this, that, and the goddamn third, man. These devils can just control everything. They monitoring you.
Yeah, that dude Kennedy, I forgot his name. Yeah, he was talking about that. They put a device where it can control your cholesterol, your heart rate, your blood pressure, your anxiety level. You need to calm down. Take another Benadryl. You need to calm down. You know, but yeah, they're trying to put that's how they're presenting to these people, like it's a I'll be able to track my cholesterol, I'll be able to track my heart rate, I'll be able to track, you know, my oxygen level. I'm getting enough H2O in my I'm getting enough H in my O.
Yeah, total
my O in my H.
Yeah, ultimate control.
pH balance.
You know, total control. What that dude said, I can't think of his name right now. Aaron Russo.
Yeah.
He said that's what their ultimate plan. He was talking to one of the Rockefellers. He said their ultimate plan is total control of everything, man. And they can shut you off financially through this microchip, this digital system. They just cut you off. That's what this lady, I can't think of her name. She's a politician. She was basically talking about that with the federal government, man. She was like, well, the federal government can just shut your account off, you know, through this digital system that they trying to set up, man. That's what the elites that runs everything in the background, you know, the world bankers, you know, these families, these Edomite families, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, you know, so forth and so on, you know that's their ultimate goal, man. You know, total control over the human, you, and everything about you. You know, they want to make you out of a cyborg, like merging man with machine. Yeah, what they call?
Who in their right mind will sign up to put foreign objects into you, man?
They're already doing that shit in Sweden. Over there in the European countries, Sweden, for example, they're already doing that shit, man. And some Edomites in America is already doing it. I've seen some videos, Edomite talking about I got the chip in my hand. I can open my car door, unlock my house. I don't have to worry about carrying a wallet. I don't have to worry about losing my keys. I just got everything on this device that I got in my hand.
Yeah, everything's at the palm of my hand. Open my car door, open my house door, walk in the job, clock in. It's the way of the future. That's how these devils promote it, man. Yeah, who did it with putting a foreign object into you, man? If it was made to be into the body, it'd be in the body, man. The Lord made us perfect. If it was made to be a foreign object like that in us, it would be already in us, man. Meaning that the human body was made perfect. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're not perfect, we're in these corrupted bodies, but the human body was made perfect to work the way it is without any type of called with time and the right medicine. The human body can heal itself, man. They try to say, yeah, you can put these nano particles and all this other shit in, help you heal.
Help you fight cancer cells. All you gotta do is inject yourself with these nanobots, and they can distinguish the good cells from the bad cells. Put these nanobots in your bloodstream. You know, this devil, man, that's him trying to play God on earth, man. That's these Edomites playing God on earth, man, through their technology, through their artificial intelligence and their pseudoscience. That's how they're playing God on earth, and they're forcing people into this. You know, they're forcing people into accepting their way of life. You know, this digital currency. You know, this you know, even to his medical system today, more or less, it's forced. You've seen an example of that a few years back, man, when they was trying to tell everybody it's more or less mandatory to have this thing. You can't speak on it. You can't even speak on it, which you're supposed to have freedom of speech.
Yeah, they call it medical miss. if you're allowed to voice your opinion about anything, that's like food. Somebody can bring a cuisine to you and you taste it. Somebody say, "Oh man, that tastes great." You taste it, you like, "Oh, I don't taste that right." That's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Even with this system, you know, you have your, as these people call it, rights, which is not their privileges, because they can take them from you if they feel like it. Or if you break a policy of theirs, they can take your so-called rights away, which are technically privileges away, just like that. You know, but we're entitled to voice our opinion, criticize the government, especially the government. We have as a people. That's a part of what
the First Amendment, I think, a constitutional right to
redress. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, that's your right to redress. So I can criticize you because, you know, what you're doing, I don't feel like it's, you know, working the way us as the so-called people, right? But anyway, yeah, man, you have a right to criticize, man. You can criticize. Now they're trying to, that's what they're doing. They're slowly taking, that's why I mentioned this years ago. I said, you're going to realize America's the biggest dictator on the planet. Your people rights, or you know, or your opposal rights was nothing more than a facade, and if at most is a privilege, man, that they can take away. And that's what they're doing with these policies. They're placing on these platforms where you can't openly voice your opinion. That's being you'll see the dictatorship. Look who's in president right now. They try to say that they had here, which this the Edomites and what they did. Cause niggas didn't know nothing about it. They said no king march. You know, with the Edomites, they came together and did that. You know, they didn't invite you damn niggas. Come on, they had a peaceful march. Nobody got arrested. It was going on even here in Richmond. The anti-king and no king march. But what is it? He's a dictator, man. But they know kings are like dictators, man. That's what they are. It's like whatever the king says goes. That's why they apparently, right, declared their independence.
These devils get riled up when you go on this Bible. You know, these fucking devils, they don't want you. They want you to speak according to your own opinion. Yep. So especially these fake ass Christians. What do you say? No, I don't. It ain't that. And these devils, that's what they do. They try to hinder when you try to go on this Bible, man. I can sense the these demons flaring up in the spirit, man. Because like I said, it's a spiritual warfare, man. You know, these devils getting riled up in the spirit when you go in this Bible. Because I got a precept I want to bring out. This is Psalms 10:2. It says, "The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor," and the poor is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. We ain't talking about somebody that's out on, out with nowhere to go. Even though some of our people are in that situation, it's talking about a societal thing, a status. You at the lower level of society, man. You at the bottom. I don't care how much money you try to say you got. You getting it from your oppressor, and he can take it away as much as if he feels so, man. You know, if he need to, he can take it away, man. That's talking about just a status. You know, you at the low level. It says Psalm 10:2. It says, "The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. He let them be taken." Persecute the poor. Let them be taken in their devices that they have imagined. So these schemes that these devils are trying to plot against us with, they're gonna be taken in it, man. Meaning they're gonna fall in their own trap, man. You know, this new world order, these even to these weapons that the Lord blessed these devils with, because ultimately this is to do away with the children of Israel, man, for the most part. You know, but they're gonna be taken in their own devices, man. The wicked in his pride do persecute the poor. Let them be taken in let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasts in his heart's desire, and bless the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. It says his ways are always grievous, right? The ways of these devils are always grievous. You know, they try to force you to get this medication. You know, they are being oppressive. They're taking away your rights like it's privileges. You know, they're taking away your so-called rights. You know, the ways of these devils are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, man. So that's what these devils do, man. All his enemies. He's like, what you gonna do about it? You know? That's how these devils go. That's how they get down, man. Their ways are always grievous, man. They are unfair. They're oppressive. They're prejudiced, you know, in everything that they do, man. I'm trying to see what it says at the another translation. And when you come out this Bible, they don't like that, man. You know, they don't like that. These devils get flared up, you know, in the spirit. You know, because that's what it is, man. It's a spiritual warfare. The scripture said the warfare of our the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but spiritual. You know, so this weapon is this Bible, man. These words, and they're getting offended, getting assaulted. You know, getting cut down. You know, in the spirit, and they know it's true, man. You know, it says let me see, out of the Amplified version, it says his ways prosper at all times. Psalms 10:5. Your judgments, the Lord, are on high, out of his sight, so he never thinks about them. As for all his enemies, he snares at them, right? It says he say to himself, I will not be moved. For throughout all generations, I will not be in adversity, for nothing bad will happen to me. That's how these Edomites think, man. They ain't gonna never be out of their situation. They're gonna always be on top, even to these regular Edomites you see every day. That's what they think. They think that they trying to sleep this time away. Oh, we were going through a bad time during the 2022, 2000s to 2000 and whatever, you know, that like it's not coming to an end, man. But we know based upon the Bible, it's an end. It's coming to an end, man. You know,
Yeah, like
their rulership is coming to an end.
yeah, one of the economists, look what it is. He studied economics. He studied the economy by the name of Wolf. He even said it. He said, man, the American Empire, so-called white man, he said the American Empire is over. He said the politicians know it, but they won't dare let the public know, man. He said these politicians know it, but they won't dare let the public know, man. So this is it's coming to an end, man. You know, and then like I said, the men of the Lord been saying that, but now you people seeing the true effects of it, man. And they act like we the one got our hand. We the one that control the policies and stuff like that. No, man, we know that this place gonna come to an end. We knew that's what the part of the job of a prophet is. What you telling things before they happen, man. Starting first and foremost with our teachers, man. Been telling you this stuff, man. And now you people really seeing what the Lord said, because we're telling you what the Lord is commanded, man. What the Lord said is coming to pass, man. How you think a society built on bloodshed and wickedness is going to thrive, man? It's going to continue. If there's no repercussions, just like all these other empires or kingdoms that was before. The Babylonian Empire, the Egyptian Empire, you know, the Persian Empire, the Medial Persian Empire, the Roman, the Greek, all them empires came to naught.
Yeah, just like I read that out of verse 6, man. That's how they think. He says, and this is out the Amplified version, Psalms 10 and 6. It says, he say to himself, meaning these Edomites, the wicked, I will not be moved, for throughout all generations, I will not be in adversity. That's how they think, man. For nothing bad will happen to me. So that's what they think, man. All generations. But there's a generation that the Lord is going to take these Edomites out of, and we're living it, man. We're living in that generation, man. You know, so they think nothing's going to happen to them, nothing bad's going to happen. They think the Lord has forgotten. The Lord doesn't see what they're doing. The Lord forgot. You know, verse 7, it says his mouth is full of cursing and deceit. You see, his mouth is full of curses and deceit, fraud and oppression. Under his tongue is mischief and wickedness, injustice and sin. So that's these Edomites, man. Injustice is constantly happening to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in America, man. You know, the land of injustice. You know, he's committing sin, iniquity constantly. And this devil thinks in his mind that he's gonna never get right. He's never gonna be in adversity. Nothing's gonna happen to him, man. That's their mindset, man. And these Edomites, they go around with that. They go around like that, man.
The facts. That's that pride. What is that? I can't think of the piece of how it goes. It compass them or something, or it covers them, man. You know.
Yeah, so I think it's Psalm 73. As a chain, pride compassed them as a chain. Wickedness covered them as a garment, or something like that.
That's how they feel, man. So they, like you said, we know just like we know just like as well as they know, man. This is their kingdom, man. But all this other stuff, equality, fairness, all that bullshit, that's a facade, man. No equality, man. Like you said, like I mentioned, all these, even with, I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat, all these nigga politicians, man, state, local level, they're getting funded or signed off by some so-called white person.
He's trying to divide us because the truth is out. You know, that's what the scripture said. The Lord said, come to bring division, man.
Yeah, of course, the Lord said, I came not to bring peace, but a sword, man. These people acting like now we want to be at peace with your oppressor. Now, even though the Lord, the precept, the word do say we supposed to be peaceful upon all men, but you also supposed to be wise too, man. You know what I'm saying? So we know we're wise enough through what? The spirit and the power of Yahweh Shai, man. You know, the Lord said what? Come out of her, come out of Babylon, man. So spiritually, man, we're coming out of this place. We're not meant to flee, to go anywhere, but we're coming out of here. Meaning, man, we're not partakers in this self-destructive society, man. Because that's what it is. This whole society is a self-destructive one, man. It will destroy you, you know, and that's what it's built on, self-destruction, man. Because the things this devil do on a global, not only here, already done here, continue to do here, but on a global scale, there's consequences. That's why you see the BRICS nations, man. That's why you see other nations are trying to, like as one of the brothers put it, you know, jock for position, man. You know, they want to be in line to be the next superpower, man. America's out the way. The U.S. is fading in the background now. Now another superpower is coming in for dominance, man. Coming in, you know, in place of the U.S. Because the U.S. at one time, the U.S. was the petrodollar. The U.S. dollar was reigning dominant on a global scale, man. That's why they're trying to do away with it. Let's go digital, because you can't fight. How can digits fight each other? I could press a 0, you can too. Because it's gonna be a global system, man. It's gonna be a global. I could press a 0, you can too. My dollars ain't gotta be backed by any type of so you got these other countries, they're trying to push that their currency be backed by some type of resource. Like the petrodollar is not backed by, it's a promissory note. It's not backed by, it has no value at all, man. It's all you people, because you know you can grab it, go to the store, get what you need. They say that's good enough for me. You know, that's the mentality of these people. But actually, it has no value. But you got the other currencies, man. That's why they wanted Fidel Castro, not Fidel Castro, but Gaddafi, like Gaddafi. That's why they wanted him gone, because he wanted to unify Africa based on, have a monetary system based on their resources, man, which he will be backed by, you know, their so-called dollar power will be backed down by a resource like diamond, gold, oil, or etc. They said nah, because they know that method will wipe U.S. out, because their method of a currency is not, it holds no value. It's not backed by anything, man. You know, so they had to do away with Gaddafi, man. You know, but now you got other countries that's already like the BRICS nations. You got Russia, China, India, South America, you know, Brazil. You got these countries are trying to bring that method back, man. That what Gaddafi was trying to do, back their BRICS note by a resource like gold, oil, etc., man. So what Esau Edom is trying to do, they're trying to do away with all paper currency on a global scale and bring in a digital one, man. That's why, like I was bringing, I made a lesson a couple of days ago about this country in Africa. I forgot the name of the country. I think it might have been Nigeria, if I ain't mistaken. This country in Africa. Mexico, they're saying it, this digital ID. So yeah, this is the beginnings of the MOTB, man. So we know this method that this devil's trying to do is nothing more than orchestrating their new world order, man. And they know their empire, just like I was saying, that economist Wolf, he said that the global way, he's an economist. He studied the economy on a global scale. Not on
Economist.
yeah,
Economist.
yeah. He studied the economy. So he know on a global scale that Babylon the Great, aka America, is coming. He even stated, he said the United States empire is over, man. He said that your politicians know it, but he said they will not dare tell the people, man. Yeah. But got anything else? We'll close it out. All right, we're gonna end our lesson with that. Before we do, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash.
This your Akim and Thriller Zil. Lord willing, we'll be back to feed the flock. Till next time, Shalom, Barakatham, and Baba Ball, Shalom.